Puella Magi Madoka Magica. It's an anime that came out in 2011 about a girl named Madoka who was given the choice to become a magical girl. Now, let me start with this. At first glance, if you look at just the artwork of this thing, it does look like a regular, cliche, moe, cutesy cute anime girl. I mean, magical girl anime. It is not the same as that. This anime is actually way different than any magical girl anime I've seen, and I've seen quite a few. This anime does something different. And what it does different is instead of tackling themes like boys and school and French, not having friends and having to do with that, it tackles a different kind of theme. It's more of the choice of becoming a magical girl, and like the magical girl world itself. And I think that's actually pretty cool. It's a different, it feels different from Sailor Moon and all these other magical girl animes that you've probably seen. And one of the different things about this anime is the character. First of all, the main character here, Madoka, is a little, I like that it's different from the main characters that we're getting nowadays, which all seem kind of the same people, which is basically the whiny emo kid who has a sad past, or has like no parents, or has no friends, or has like, or is hated on because he's different, or has some evil spirit inside of him. The same thing over and over again. This is actually kind of so normal that it's different from all anime. She's just a girl with a lot of friends, and well, not a lot of friends, but she has friends, and she actually gets along with them. She's pretty happy. She has everything in life. I think she's rich in this anime. She's someone with opportunities. She goes to school. She basically has a good life. And one of the biggest obstacles she has, the problems she had isn't really, deaths in the families or revenge or any of that. Her problem is actually that she wants to be more looked up to. She feels a little too regular, so she wants to be of help to people. She wants to mean something, So I think that's pretty nice. She's kind of just a normal girl. She's not someone with this over exaggerated bad past. She's just really a regular girl. And the thing is, I love that she's not too complex, because the fact that she's just a regular girl kind of helps sympathize with her more, because she's not a tough as nails girl either. She really is just a normal middle school girl. I think she's in like middle school. What's really interesting is her reaction and her friends' reaction to this new magical girl world they're introduced to. And I gotta say, it's pretty damn intriguing. The magical girl premise in this anime is different. And by different, I mean it's a lot more mature and dark than any other magical girl anime I've seen. And to be honest, that's really something that surprised me. The magical girl premise in this anime is actually so different. And by that I mean it's dark, it's more mature. It's not so goofy like usual anime is. And it actually takes itself pretty seriously. Things I like is that it tackles some heavy themes, like what does someone who has everything, that they can ask for, wish for after that. It also tackles like things like sacrifice and consequences and friendships and like changes, and it has so much. It does some pretty serious themes, and I love that about this. It's not some very goofy. Although I like Sailor Moon, it is a pretty goofy anime, and all these other magical girl animes I've seen, they're usually so goofy. It's actually a nice change of pace to see something so serious when it relates to magical girls. What I like about this magical world is it has this very militaristic, competitive kind of meaner version of things that I think could be pretty interesting for a lot of people. It's just so different from what I've seen so far, and it actually amazed me. I'm not gonna go too into spoilers, but I am gonna say some of this stuff really surprised me, and it does get really dark. Now there is something I know people might complain is, I've seen complaints about this in Attack on Titan about Armin, and I've seen so many anime about characters like these. But the main character, Madoka, reacts to some things in some, ways that people might not like. People might not like her character because she, reacts this way, or has like very misunderstood reactions, I guess. But I actually sympathize with her because she is, like I said before, a regular schoolgirl. She's had a happy life, and then she's introduced into this dark magical girl world that's really a little bit overwhelming for someone in middle school. And it doesn't just overwhelm her. She has a friend named Miki who, they're introduced into this world together, and I like seeing her path because she makes some decisions. She makes it's like seeing two versions of things. So you're seeing two different characters go to going through the same thing but making different choices. I like that about this anime. And the rest of the characters are actually pretty cool. Some can be hateable, some might be likable, but honestly I think you do kind of need both hateable and likable characters here because it does kind of cause conflict and more interest in this whole magical girl premise. And then there's like this competitive side between everyone, and just like misunderstandings and it's just good conflict pretty much. And I gotta say I really love this anime. I've heard from people that the animation is bad, and I do want to talk about this. In this anime, I don't think the animation is all that important. Don't come into this thinking this is an action anime. Although in the first episode the animation is just amazing, but usually first episodes of anime usually have really great animation, and the rest is just decent. To be honest, this is better than decent in my opinion when it comes to animation. What I do like is the art style. It has different kinds of art style for different. When you go into the magical girl world, they use a different art style that's a lot more creepy, a lot more intense and just out of shape to add that kind of unsettling factor. They also use there's some pretty cool imagery around throughout the whole series. And yeah, to be honest, I'm not really too disappointed in the animation. A lot of people said that it's not that great. I think it's pretty decent and passable, especially when this story isn't about action. It's more about the girls. It's more of a character driven story. The story does take a little bit of a backseat because this anime actually concentrates more on character and these characters' reactions to things, to learning more about this magical girl world. And I gotta say, I really love this anime. It takes the magical girl theme and makes it into something different. It goes serious, it goes darker, and I just really liked it. There's so many surprising things that really caught me off guard sometimes, and I just started screaming at the screen. It's just like, what the hell just happened? But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it, and I think you should watch it, especially if you're into fantasy anime, dark fantasy anime, magical girl anime. Except if you're into the usual magical girl anime, you might be a little put off by the darkness in here. Just remember that this is a little darker theme. Keep that in mind when you watch this. I think you should really check it out, and if you have checked it out, please tell me in the comments below what you thought. I really want to know because I've been super late. This is like the 2011 anime, and I just recently watched it. It is on Netflix, so go watch it on Netflix. It's there. There's 3 movies in there. I'm gonna check those out, see if those are any good. But I think there's only one flaw that I think I could have. It's not really a flaw. It's just I wish this was an episode longer. This is a flaw that a lot of anime I've seen have. About 90% of the anime I've seen have this flaw. It's the fact that the last episode is always kind of rushed. It has too much packed in that it kind of seems overwhelming. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just I do feel like there should be an extra episode to kind of let people settle into the ending. A lot of anime just kind of stuff everything in the last episode, and just it feels a little too fast. So maybe this could have benefited from just one more episode to kind of just decline things very nicely and end it with a nice bow at the end. But in the end, this anime is actually pretty damn good, and I really do recommend you watch it. Don't expect it to be an action anime either, but I do like the dark themes it tackles, and it's just amazing. So if you have watched it, please comment down below and tell me what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you like and what didn't you like? I want to know all about it. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.